Hello and welcome to the Build With Baer Workshop. My name is Pat Baer. I'm here to finish up a model kit and start another, and of course, hang out with all of y'all. I'm going to throw the Bear Cave, the leg of the site, the emote into chat. If you're currently a subscriber, you can reply with those emotes. If you're not a subscriber, you can just say hi or use other people's emotes or the general emotes everyone has access to, whatever you're feeling like. I want to say thank you to Vegapedia for giving me a follow before while the stream was in its pre-show mode. Thank you very much for the follow. Folks, if you're not following me, make sure you hit that follow so you know when I go live, which is Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Model kit building. Wednesday, 9 p.m. to something else. A variety. Thank you and welcome, Lashbrook. Hello and welcome, Aristofan. Happy to have both of you here. We're waiting to see if a few more folks want to join us here in the intro portion of the stream. Maybe a few other people are going to check things out because I had a couple retweets today, which is always very nice. Some folks don't often retweet what I do or have never before retweeting about my stream, which is always great. I had a chat with somebody who I won't give a shout out to yet because we're still figuring it out, who is in the Gunpla scene on YouTube. And maybe we're going to collaborate on something. We're going to see what's up. But I am very particular about that, as we'll say in the intro here, about mixing it up with other people, especially folks I don't know super well. When I raid, even if the stream hasn't going on for too long, which I apologize, that happens occasionally, but I always know the people I'm going to raid. I don't raid just based on topic. I raid based on the people that I already know in my network. Because even if they're not doing anything related to what I'm doing, I know they're cool people with good communities, and that's what I'm looking for. Because I want you to find that next cool stream that you want to check out when you're not watching me. Keep watching me. Don't pick other people over me. I mean, do what you want. That's facetious. Facetious. You may have noticed I'm slurring a few words here and there, and that is just because I haven't talked out loud much. Didn't do my vocal warm-ups tonight. Need to do that. Especially starting tomorrow, because this is the intro portion. I think I said before. We'll get to building soon. Don't worry. We've got the core of the Anima Rize, and we have to put armor on it to make it look like a high grade of some height. It also has its. I just attached the beam whip because it's a fucking beam whip. Ooh, more bear. Indeed. Welcome. Hello. Well, tomorrow I have to get better. Starting tomorrow, I have to be better about my vocal warm-ups because my folks are going away for a month. Now, that won't change much about these streams. It won't change the schedule or the frequency. Maybe I'll add an extra bonus stream now and again. I'm already going to be adding a bonus stream because Friday the 12th, is it the 12th or the 19th? Whenever the Anime Awards are, which I need to look up. I believe that's actually the 19th. Anime Awards 2021. I believe that is the 19th. February, yes, February 19th. I will be live streaming that. I'll be co-streaming that. So that'll already be a bonus stream. Posted them arm gains on your Discord. I'll have to check that out. I apologize. I did not check my Discord today. I was not frequently on Discord today, other than posting one thing. So I will check that tonight. I appreciate you posting on the old Discord. But yeah, I think I posted something like at 5, and I haven't looked at it since before the stream, but I will. Yeah, my folks are going out of town for a month, and I'm going to be here alone, so I got to be better about doing vocal warm-ups because there will be days where I don't really talk much before the stream starts. One other big change this month is I am going to, starting on Saturday, I'm going to attempt to stream out of a different room. I am going to use the, which we call here, the Carolina room. It's a bonus room. I am going to make attempts to stream out of that room because the number one reason I am looking to do that is because that's where the router is, and I can do a wired connection instead of the wireless connection I'm currently using, and that will be very beneficial. The only thing that will be I'll have the Wi-Fi going. Oh, I'll still have the Wi-Fi going. I was going to say makes it hard to cast things to my Chromecast, but Oh, Zeno is now hosting the stream. Thank you very much for hosting. Appreciate that very, very much. Thank you for that. We are going to get started with our build in a moment. But yeah, I'm going to move rooms. We won't have this backdrop. We will have Aristophan. I don't quite know why it's called the Carolina room, other than I am in South Carolina. It's a bonus room. It is an additional room built onto houses. It usually has like tile instead of wood. Uh, and I don't know quite why it's called the Carolina room instead of the family room or a bonus room or whatever. It's also where the big TV is, which is what I'm going to be hooking my Chromecast into. Um, Actually, if I wire my, no, I can't do that. Yeah, it's a local custom. Yeah, so I'll be putting my Chromecast into that TV. Um, but yeah, and I'm going to have my laptop here in the bedroom. The basic idea is there's two reasons for that. You know what? I'll talk more about why I'm going to switch up locations. But let me hit a tweet here. So we do that. Finish my up your intro. So now let's put on some armor on the Anima. Yes, that is exactly what we're doing. Do that. Yeah, I believe it's local custom. All right, so as you can see, the Anima is the core of this is a tiny little frame. It's a tiny little thing. We're going to build this up. So we'll put that aside. We're going to be putting all this. So the idea of this is the cores are small little things, and then armor flies in. Now sometimes they transform, other times they fly in because it's a digital world. So we're starting with that. So all the armor, the arms, and the leg armor, and the head armor all kind of fly in and attach. And also, this gun will have some new armor as well. And it will look more like a regular size high grade instead of the tiny friend that we've built here. It'll look like it does in the photo. So we do have to put some stickers on this. I did panel line these off stream just to kind of warm my hands. And then we will add in these lovely clear plastic pieces here will go on as well. I'm very excited about putting these on because they just look so nice. But we got to put some stickers on this. All right, so let's get, yeah, we got all these different animal stickers, which is very fucking cool, and we'll put those on. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, so there's several reasons why I'm going to be trying out streaming from the Carolina room. The number one reason is space. This is a small bedroom, and most of this bedroom, not most, okay, so the two major elements of this bedroom are the bed, and then the big table I'm using for all my gear and the build space, the table that we're currently, you're seeing right now. So having more room to kind of like in the bedroom, moving all this stuff out of there will really open up the space and allow me to feel like this bedroom isn't just where I spend all my time, which it is. The second reason why moving out to the Carolina room would make a lot of sense is that I can separate, like I said, separate the bedroom from there, but also because my folks are going to be out of town here, I won't disturb them when I stream. I don't think the echo is going to be a problem. I don't think there's going to be any more echo than there is in here. Also, because I'm using the headset mic, that shouldn't be an issue. If it's bad, I won't do it. But I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be, or if Saturday is a bad experience, I'll move back in here. And the third reason is this is a house that I'm going to be the only person in. And if I spend all my time in this bedroom and none of my time in, the bathroom and the kitchen, and none of my time in the other rooms of the house, it will feel like a waste of space. It's going to feel very strange. So part of the idea is, well, if I have that, then I have two rooms that I use more than anything instead of just the one. And it'll feel like I'm taking advantage of the fact that I'm in this big space. So that's kind of the idea there. All right, so we'll put this away for now. We're going to have to put the other stickers on here on the legs. I can't wait to see how this looks. I'm going to put these on now. I just got to find the spots that they go into, which is, this looks like that, and this goes here. Yes. Oh, that looks neat. That looks rad. I think that is very cool looking. See if you can get that in the light here. If I do it like over here, maybe. Yeah, there you go. I hopefully this is photographed well. It looks rad in person. Um, this kind of like opaque clear. I mean, it's clear, but it's not. It's still dark. It's not the complete see-through. The extra components that come in this. There's a big difference. It really is a cool looking thing. It makes me think of some Transformers stuff. Yes, Lashbrook. It definitely has a Transformers like like the hologram. It's got a holographic feel to it. This sticker behind this darker plastic does have a real holographic feel. Ooh, yeah, that looks really nice. That's very cool. All right, so this is most of the arms. A thing I really like about this kit is you don't pop these hands out. There are new hands that are going to be part of it to make it a bigger kit. So they go over this. This is going to go over that eventually. I think actually these hands pop out, and then these replace the hands. Uh, but we still have more work to do on making these arms even bigger. So we got to do that. Also, you can, if you have the stands for it, if you have the smaller stands, which I don't have one handy, you can put these on to kind of display them. It does come with one of these planetary systems, which is incorporated. It's basically like the thing that flies in with all the parts on it. That's for the other ones. It comes with this, but this is not This is not necessary for this kit. This is just there were pieces on here that were needed to build it. But if you wanted to like fake your way into a planetary system for this, I guess you could. And we'll get some clear parts in here. We are going to paint these. We've got our colors of what we're going to be using. I have figured out the colors for the Kyrios, which is what we're going to build after this. So I know what those are going to look like as well, which is good. So we need 5 G5 for both of these. We'll be building these at the same time. So there's 5. I'll put 4 over here. So my folks are leaving tomorrow for their trip, and I have been helping getting things ready around here, getting stocked up on foodstuffs, getting stuff together. I did a lot of raking leaves because there's the part of our property here that just kind of like ends, and then there's another thing that is owned by someone else, but there's like land in between that is technically our property, but it's just like a bunch of trees. So there's just like a lot of leaves that are just around and in the dang way. So I helped with getting some of those up, which was fine. Hey, it was some physical exercise that wasn't like the same exercise I do of like going for a walk or being on on a bike. So that was nice to get out there and do some stuff. I think in the regular backyard grass area, one day this month, I'm just gonna put the mower. There's a mulcher on the back of the mower, and so I'm just gonna like drop it low and low and just run over the grass to just get up all of the leaves. I'm just gonna do that. I'll have to stop and dump it and bag it and all that. But I was like, I think that's just going to make my life so much easier than the alternative. All right, so we got some yellow here. We'll assemble this, see how it looks, and then do some panel lining. Gotta get some in there. Oh, I did my test panels on. This is the piece I test panel lined. I really think that we didn't do a lot to this. Also off stream, I did some black on this gun because it's all one color. I did some black panel lining, and it really pops. I'm really liking the look of this. I am a huge fan of doing this. I got asked a question. As we're talking about model kits, let's talk about this. I got asked a question by somebody if now that I'm doing panel lining, have I thought about experimenting with either painting or trying out what do you call it? Like top coat, like adding top, like spraying top coat on it. And I will be honest, I have not really. I don't think I'm going to paint. Certainly, I don't think I'm going to paint on stream. I don't see that happening. But I definitely don't see myself maybe doing top coat. I mean, it is an aerosol can, and I would need I would need far better ventilation than I have here. So maybe like in the spring when I could open windows, especially if I was going to do it in February, I would have the benefit of being in another room than this room. But I definitely worry about not having proper ventilation in tackling something like that. So top coat really does make things shine, especially for photography. I don't know if it's going to be so great for that. But that really feels like a thing I wouldn't do on stream. It would be a thing that I do on my own time. So I don't know. Whereas at least with this is a thing that I do with y'all watching, and that feels a lot better than the alternative of just kind of doing it on my own. So I don't necessarily think that's going to happen. But I guess never say never. Like it's possible. Actually, all right. Pop this off here. Slowly, carefully pop this off. So yeah, top coat is something that I will certainly consider, but I can't say for sure that I'm definitely gonna do, because I'm not, I mean, look, getting an aerosol aerosol can of top coat is like $15, so it's not a huge money investment, and it does. Well, one of the things. So two things. One, if you're going to paint, you should top coat because it's going to seal it all in. It's basically like, you know, it's like putting on a clear varnish in a way. So I definitely think that there's like a reason to do it. Now, would I do it just like if I'm not going to paint? I don't know. Another reason to do top coat is if you have kind of flimsy model kits that over time are going to, kind of like bend under their own weight. That are a little loose over time that you're on display. Putting a top coat on can mean that it will kind of add some rigidity to the kit. So there are definite benefits to doing it. I just don't think that for me anyway, there is any real honest benefit to getting into it other than finding out if it's something I want to do. But I don't think the ventilation in here is proper for it. I would have to change my setup because I would need to have this camera up higher because I would need to have because it's basically spray painting. So I would definitely need if I was going to do it, I would have to do it in a different space. So I wouldn't do it on stream. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe it'll be good for a video series. Like Pat tries to learn how to top coat. That could be an interesting series. So let's never say never. But I don't think that is gonna happen. I'm not banking on that. All right. While we're talking about Gunpla and Gunpla related things, let's talk about it. I pre-ordered the Death Scythe. Bandai announced yesterday. Hey, we just got a raid from Nid Sweater. What's up? Hello, Kevin. And also from Tom. Hello and welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Build With Baer Workshop. I hope your boating rafting thing was fun. That sounded condescending, and it wasn't meant to be condescending. I do hope that it was fun. I hope you all had a great time on that stream. But when I say I hope you all had fun with your boats, that does sound condescending, and I apologize. But I do hope that you had a very good time. I am working on a very small little fun kit here. This is the Anima Rize. And what's fun about this is it's a core unit. So it's a tiny little friend that just does its business, and then armor flies in and then attaches to it like it's a super transformer or it's a headmaster from Transformers, that kind of thing. It basically powers up. And also, this is based on a manga uh, that is based on an anime. So it's not a character that you can find on TV. You got to watch it. You got to read it. Um, but yeah, it's pretty cool. But yes, happy to have everybody here. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, feel free to follow. I'm a model kit builder by trade, by stream trade, I should say. Where one stream a week, I do something that isn't model kit building, but 3 times a week I model kit build. We're finishing up a kit right now, and then we will be assembling it, and then we'll be starting a new kit. So this is a pretty fun night. I am doing panel lining as I go. I'm not waiting till all these components get on the kit before I panel line. I am still experimenting with what I like to do better with that. And by panel lining, what I'm talking about that is I'm hitting the grooves here. I'm hitting the grooves, the noticeable lines here. Does this add it adds a little bit of like a comic book feel a little bit to it, like which I really like. It makes kits very, very much stand out. It's not as appreciable here on stream because my lighting isn't particularly incredible or fantastic. But in photography, this looks real rad. I'll say that. When all is said and done, this looks pretty neat in photography. And we'll just do it like that. When colors connect, it is always tough to decide which you're going to use, but I think that'll work out pretty good. So we're just hitting it with a marker, and then we are going to go over it with an eraser. You can use a Q-tip. You can use, a tissue. Or you could just use your finger if you want. I like using this high polymer eraser because if it gets really gunked up, you can just slice off the section that got really gunked up with ink, as you can see I have done here. So you can just kind of get fresh eraser, which is very easy to do and doesn't leave, it leaves a little residue, but not much residue. All right, so we finished that part there. We're working on the armor here. The armor. No. I tried, but no. And we will just go and hit everything. I call this the quick and dirty method. It is quick and dirty because you are just like, hey, hit the high spots. All right, clean it up. Okay, move on. And if you miss something, you can go back and do it again. But this method I saw a lot of people using on YouTube, and it is because it is quick. I was like, hell yeah, this is what I'm going to do. But I was just about to talk about, what is the name of this Gundam? Sorry if I missed you saying it. No problem, Trill. For reference, I always try to remember to put in the title of the stream. This is the Anima Rize, R-I-Z-E, high grade. I always try to put that in there for folks, and also so that I remember what I did on each stream when I look at the VODs. But yeah, so this is the Anima. Yes, and it is from Gundam Build Divers Rize, which is a manga that is inspired by the Build Divers series. There's Build Divers Rize. This isn't Rize, it's Rize, because the character that pilots this is named Rize, which is confusing. And thank God there is a wiki. The Gundam wiki saves my butt so much because I hit the point, folks, where I almost ran out of model kits to build that I knew about because there's a lot of Gundam out there and I don't watch all of it. But I see cool Gundams like this Gundam and I'm like, well, I want to build this Gundam. It's got cool armor with like these nice clear things with like the sticker underneath. I want to build that. What's this for? And I'll have to look it up and I'll be like, oh, this is the main character of a mobile game. That's another kit. That's this kit that I'm going to build in the future. This kit is from a mobile game that I have never played, but it looks rad, and the wings and the side skirt reveal extra arms that can hold knives. So you fucking know I'm going to build that. I'm definitely going to build that. Like, you know I bought that on Amazon, and I was like, well, that's something I'm going to build in the future because what? What do you mean it has... what do you mean it has extra arms to hold knives. It has sub arms to hold knives out of the wings and side skirt. Yeah, I need to build that. Um, I mean, undoubtedly. Speaking of building stuff, I was about to start right when we got raided, which is fine. I'm not complaining about that. I love having new friends here. But I was about to talk about how the fine folks at Bandai announced some new model kits that are coming out, and right after they got announced, they showed up. They started showing up on USA Gundam Store, Gundam Planet, and Big Bad Toys, and all of the usual places where you can pre-order Gundam stuff. Model kits. They haven't shown up on Amazon yet for pre-order, but also I would always caution, don't pre-order stuff from Amazon if you absolutely need it. You're going to get a good deal, and you're going to get premium, you're going to get your prime shipping. And the benefit of doing pre-orders from Amazon is they don't charge you until it ships. So you can spend future money with it, which is a mistake, but also good. You can just do that. But I've had numerous times where I have pre-ordered something from Amazon, and then they took too many pre-orders, and I didn't get it for like a month and a half. And they were still locked in their price, but I didn't get the thing I wanted. So if I'm pre-ordering, I'm usually using USA Gundam Store because I used to use Gundam Planet for pre-orders because I lived in New York, and they're out of New Jersey. Now I pre-order mostly from USA Gundam Store because they're out of Florida and I'm here in South Carolina. So that is kind of the choice that I have made. So there were 3 kits and I pre-ordered one of them. I pre-ordered the high grade Gundam Death Scythe, the original Death Scythe, high grade. It is a new kit, a new frame for a classic kit that is my favorite Gundam of all time. And a thing that I haven't been able to say this, I said this kind of like last year, a thing we do on this channel is we build Gundams on this channel, and we build Death Scythes. If there is a Death Scythe that I can build, I am going to build it. I would use GP because I live in the Buffalo area, yes. However, USA Gundam Store has better pricing. They do. Xeno, for pre-orders, USA Gundam Store does offer a little bit of a discount. Their prices are good on pre-orders because they want you to go from them. And their shipping is like not bad. It's like $10, so it's not bad shipping. So you are still saving some money. But yeah, if you're near them, that's the way to go. Trill asks, how long have you been building model kits? So, my history with model kits is I started in the 90s, the mid-90s, when I was a teenager. I saw Gundam Wing, and I went out and I bought a model kit because holy fucking shit, Gundam Wing ruled. And they didn't have a Death Scythe. I wanted to build a Death Scythe. So my very first kit I ever built was the Wing Gundam, the original Wing. Not the Wing Zero prototype. The original Wing was my first Gundam because that's what they had in stock, and so I built the high grade. And then I learned a lot about other Gundam series. I started getting fan subs of other stuff because not everything was available. I watched the dub of G Gundam and then found the subtitles of it so I could watch the subtitle version, and then the one episode they didn't air in the U.S. Because it's a fan service episode. It's not even that good of an episode. There's very little fighting in it. And then I decided I was going to build model kits for a long time. And then I moved to New York. Oh, Harold renewed their sub for 1 month at 39 months. Thank you so much, Harold. Using the soundboard. Let's throw the emotes in the chat for a subscriber. Thank Harold for 39 months. That's fantastic. Thank you, Harold. I encountered the one use case where the flat rate shipping wasn't great. I just ordered a Gundam marker and an action base for like $10 and I had to pay $10 shipping. Well, Lashbrook, that does suck. Yeah, if you're buying tiny items, you're almost better off probably buying stuff like that from like Amazon, honestly. But yeah, that is trouble. I guess trivia got out early so I can stay a little bit. Well, great. I'm happy to have you here. Thank you, Harold. We had a lovely double raid from Tom and Kevin. So we got some friends here. Um, so yeah, I moved to New York in 2001 and stopped model kit building because I didn't have space or money. I had absolutely no money and absolutely no space to put things. So I stopped model kit building, which was a shame because I was then near places to buy model kits. I had access to things. All right, so how do these hook together? This is easy to tell. This goes in like this. This is the hand, and this is this side's arm here. And then how does these go together? They snap in. I haven't done this, so the other side will be a lot easier. All right, did they go in? They go in like this. Got it. Ooh, that looks neat. Okay, so that goes in like that. Great, and we'll do the same thing on the other side. Hello. Um, yeah, so I stopped building model kits. And then a few years ago, I got in my head that I wanted to stream. I wanted to get into streaming because, I liked doing panel stuff at conventions, and I was looking to do things that were not part of my regular job and kind of get out there and do something else. Why does this look different? No, it's the same. And wanted to try something else. So eventually, I started model kit building on stream, and which has been incredibly fun and very enjoyable. All right, our arms are done. Our extra arms are done, including new hands, which I like. Yeah, the specific marker I bought is pricier on Amazon and wouldn't have shown up till March. Well, Lashbrook, yeah, that's a fucking bummer. Even with the flat rate, that you still made the right call, it sounds like. All right, so we'll put all this together. This extra armor piece is there. We'll just kind of put those over there. And let's start working on the legs, which we can do all at the same time, which is good. So we'll do that. Great. Um, yeah, so there are new kits coming out. I pre-ordered the Death Scythe because I build Death Scythes. It's my favorite kit. I'm gonna build a Death Scythe. There's just no if, and, or but about that. I'm gonna build the Death Scythe. Now the kit I will build when a paycheck for a gig I'm doing comes in, that I will pre-order again from USA Gundam Store as a separate pre-order, which because it's going to ship at a different time anyway. I think is I am going to pre-order the Full Mechanics 1/100 Calamity Gundam. And yeah, if I had the money at the same time, I would have pre-ordered them at the same time. I didn't, so not going to do that. But yeah, I'm going to get the Calamity because it's a Full Mechanics. Now, if you're unfamiliar with Full Mechanics, let me give you this little tour here. When you buy a model kit in the 1/100 scale, which is the big size, it's the second biggest, but is the most common size, the 1/100 scale. You are buying a master grade. They, back in the 90s and 80s, they would make a 1/100 scale in high grade. They don't do that anymore. The closest you can get that's not a master grade, which is the most complicated, and also $50-something, depending, $40 to $50, is you can get an RE100, which is somewhere in between. It's not a high grade. It's not a master grade. The only other option out there for folks is the Full Mechanics line, which was developed for the Iron-Blooded Orphan kits, or Iron-Blooded Orphans, I should say, which is a Gundam series. And basically, you build the full frame. You do top to bottom. You do the full frame. There's some armor on the feet. The feet aren't just that, but it's mostly you do the full skeleton, and it's got this great posability and great structure to it. And then you put all the armor on top of it. And some of it is a little basic because it feels a little high gradey, and some of it feels like a master grade. It is in between. It's a fantastic line. I enjoy it very much. You even put a couple stickers on that are only going to be on the frame, which is just silly. And I really like that they include that because it's just like, all right, I guess if you just want to build the frame without the armor. The Full Mechanics line is is great. So I love having a chance for that. And this is from Gundam Seed, which I like but don't love. But the Calamity Gundam is blue and yellow. And it's like a teal blue, which I love. It's got enormous weapons, which I very much enjoy. It's got giant shoulder guns. It's got a big old bazooka. Uh, uh, and yeah, it's got the shoulder rock. I believe the shoulder weapons are called rams. It is unbelievably nonsense. The shield is great looking and has weapons on it. I love it when shields have weapons. RE100 kits basically the RE100 kits are basically the 100 high grades. They're slightly more involved than the original 100 high grades. Yes, yeah. Also, RE100 kits are often the way to get kits that like we wouldn't see otherwise because they're big and weird and bulky, like the Hama Hama. Like you're not going to get that as a master grade, probably. Um, so I'm excited about that. If you were following, you're like, well, Pat, you already pre-ordered the Death Scythe. You're gonna pre-order the Calamity. What about the other one? What about the RE100 wing? Are you not going to get the not the RE100? Sorry, the real grade wing. Are you not getting the real grade wing? And the answer is, I'm not going to pre-order it. Basically, I don't love real grades. So I'm not gonna pre-order the Wing Gundam real grade. This is the original Wing. It's the Wing Zero. The transformation looks actually pretty great, and I would believe that real grades would do it. The real grade would do a good job, but um, partially for difficulty of doing it on stream. Real grades are the size of high grades, but a lot of the complexity of master grades, and that complexity in a small scale in a small package, doing that on stream I don't enjoy. And also, even though I love building things from Gundam Wing, the original Wing, isn't my favorite kit. It's not up there. I've talked about this before, but my favorite are either the Death Scythe or the Death Scythe Hell Custom from Endless Waltz. They switch between the top two spots. They're 1 and 2, depending on the day. The Epion, the Death Scythe, and then either the Death Scythe Hell or the Alteron from Endless Waltz. And then lots of other things, and then like the Wing, Regional Wing, and then like both versions of the Sandrock are tied for last because on a good day the Endless Waltz Sandrock moves up because it does have a cloak. But when I built that, the cloak was hard to put on and didn't look good, so that was a bummer. But yeah, I don't like the Sandrock. To me, the Sandrock is like the armor is slightly different and it has kind of cool weapons, but it's really generic where everything else has style. I mean, the Heavy Arms has a wrist blade, and then they were like, how do we make the Heavy Arms better? More guns and more missile launchers. And they were like, yeah, that's exactly what we do. We'll just put way more guns on it. And then we'll also get rid of the red, which is a deterrent, but we'll put in some teal, which is cool. Uh, that is just my feeling. Other people have their own feelings on it, but I don't really like building real grades on stream, and so I'm not gonna pre-order it. If I might put it on my wish list when it comes out. My Amazon wish list. People pick it up. I'll certainly build it. There is a real grade on my wish list, and if somebody picked that up, I would certainly build it. But it is not. It is not my the thing that I kind of want to do. So I'm not going to worry about it. But a new full mechanics and the Calamity Gundam, which is awesome. I'm definitely going to pre-order that. These are going to come out July, I think. I mean, June or July right now. They haven't really said. I want to see what mine says for the Death Scythe, which I did pre-order from. So we'll see what they say. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at as far as kits that are coming out and what I'm going to do with them. Let's see. Put that there. Let's see what months they say now. Gundam Gundam death sites are looking. Late May, early June. Okay, late May or early June. That's great. So, also, I will say this. When that death scythe arrives, the very next thing I will build is that death scythe. I won't pause the kit I'm working on, but I built death scythes on this stream. And so when I have access to a death scythe, I'm going to build it because it's my favorite. So yeah, that's coming. I'm excited about that. Yeah, I'm lucky to be in a position where I can do some light pre-ordering of some kits. I do have to also refill the coffers because right now I have a high grade I'm finishing, a master grade I'm starting, and then a master grade and 2 high grades waiting in the wings, which is still good, but it's not like it. I like to have a little bit more of a backlog. So we'll have to see. But yeah, if I pre-order something and then it comes in, I like to build it as soon as I can because, I'm a simple man with simple, like, you wait for something and then when it arrives, you're like, well, now that it's here, I want to build it. All right, let's do some panel lining here before we attach this together. Some people do their panel lining while it's still on the spruce. Some people do it when it's all together. I have been experimenting, figuring out what I like. I think I like doing it in stages as it gets built and then kind of like seeing if there's like where pieces connect if I want to do it there. But it's certainly easier to do in sections. And then also, once you do it on one piece, you can kind of see how it looks when you connect. But yeah. All right, so we'll do like that, and then, got to do this part here. But yeah, sometimes what we're doing will get covered up, and that's okay. It's all right if it gets covered up because we know that we did it and that it looked neat when we were doing it. I've seen only one person do it on the runner. Yeah, I mean, yeah, some people do it as soon as they take it off and they do it piece by piece. Some people do it in when it's all together and then they have to remove stuff because they're like, "Oh, I would like to get it underneath that." Because this is going to have some layers to it, I want to kind of do it as we go. But yeah. I will often do like yeah, it's definitely inefficient to do it like as you go, like on the runner or just as you snip it off. I would agree that does feel inefficient, but to each their own, and however people want to do stuff. Like I am new to this, and I'm figuring it out as I go, folks. I am just a practiced enthusiast, somebody that has done quite a bit of building over time, but is certainly no expert when it comes to this stuff. And fully, like, especially panel lining. This is a very new thing for me. So I am taking information as it comes, learning as I go, figuring, like, so the person that I kind of learned my technique from, we have a different opinion about what looks good on with panel lining, what colors look good, I should say. His opinion is if it's white, you put black on it. I think gray looks better on white. For red, he uses black on red. I tend to prefer using brown on red. He puts brown on yellow. I think black looks better on yellow because I think when you put brown on yellow, it looks like rust, and I think that looks bad. But I've also, on some kits, put black on red. I put black on this red because I just felt like, well, I did it on the maroon, and then I just did it on the red kind of the match. But, I think to each their own. I am very curious to see because I think I'm going to be putting, I don't know, the orange. I have my idea of what's going to go on the orange of the next kit we're working on, the Kyrios, but I am interested to see how that ends up looking when we get to it. I don't know yet, so that should be interesting to see. But honestly, I think it's just to each their own. I was talking about top coat before. That is a thing that I'm like, I just don't know. I mean, I really feel like top coat it makes the most sense to like lock in your paint, which I'm not doing. I'm not going to be airbrushing, I don't think, anytime soon. That's just not in the cards for me. All right. So clean that up. That looks good. All right, we're halfway done here with our leg armor. So let's get the rest of the armor here. E1 and 2, and then G9 goes there. And then I will say it does, it does slow down when you're doing model kit stuff like this. It does slow the process down some, but I do think that it makes everything look awesome, and I'm really psyched about the process of doing this, so I'm not complaining about it. And that's the end of that sheet, so we can toss that. And yeah. We will take a pause for the cause in a bit. I'll talk about wasting support to the stream if you want. Then we will talk about some shows that are that I've been watching. I always talk about the anime that I watched since the last build stream, which was Monday. I will not be talking about Black Clover tonight, even though Tuesday is the new episode of Black Clover. I am behind on that. I will catch up because it has been announced the anime, for now at least, is ending at the end of March. Black Clover is an ongoing shonen based on a manga, which is still ongoing, but they were catching up, and in fact, they had a long filler arc to kind of kill time. So the manga is going to continue. My hope is that they're going to finish up this arc, which actually seems kind of weird, or at least they're going to get to a huge turning point in the arc and like leave on a cliffhanger, and then move on to like a new story in the future, and return to it. Kind of, they don't do. So the original Hunter x Hunter ended just because it ended an arc, and then they put out some OVAs to kind of continue it with like weird choices that were made, and then eventually it returned with a new version, which I like. I like that they did that. Shaman King kind of told its story, but the manga really like tanked. The anime didn't build the manga; it just like lost viewers, which was a weird thing. And now that's coming back with a new version, which is interesting. The worst example I can give you of, I'm trying to figure out where this goes, and it's like, is Flame of Recca. Flame of Recca, look, it's not incredible. It's a good anime. It's not amazing. I liked the main character a lot. I liked the world. I liked the powers. I thought there was a lot. It had a lot going for it. I truly did enjoy it, and thought it was really fun. It didn't do really well, and it was getting caught up to the manga, and they knew that they weren't coming back. They were just going to end it. So the anime killed a character that didn't die in the manga to give it an ending. They just straight up murdered a character who, as I said, did not die in the manga. They just came up with their own ending. And it's ballsy and also terrible. It's not a good ending, and it's just like, what the fuck? What the hell? So I'm hoping that they don't do that. Maybe it'll return as a seasonal anime in like a couple years when they have more of the manga, because the manga sells well, and the thing that's supposed to happen with anime adaptations happened. People had been buying it, and then the anime came out, and then when it went on a break, people bought the manga because they wanted to continue to read the story. So the thing they need to happen happened, where people were like, oh, this is cool, and then more people bought the manga, which is what's supposed to happen. But yeah, the hope is that they don't just like throw in an ending that doesn't make any sense. And then a couple of years, the show comes back. Because even with my dislike of what happened in the filler arc that came out, I still overall wanted to succeed. Want to see more of it, and we'll see. We'll see if that happens. I don't know. Kind of interesting. Interesting to see. I don't know. I was surprised to read that news. Also surprised to, in February, finding out that the show is ending at the end of March. That is like, whoa, weird. But, I mean, I don't know. Look, I haven't read the manga, but I've been told some things from people that have, so I kind of have like an idea of where it's going. But I'm still like, huh, they're going to wrap this shit up? I don't think they're wrapping this shit up. It's going to end on a cliffhanger, I guess. I don't know. Kind of bizarre. Weird. It's a weird thing. All right, so how does this look? It goes like this. Goes together weird. There we go. Okay, it goes like that. Great. All right, so I'm going to do some panel lining on this before I put it in because it is going to be a tight fit. So we will be hitting that with the gray now and then put it together. I'm glad I'm doing this. I am not going to do any lining here, right here, because that's where a sticker goes. A big sticker goes there, and then it gets covered anyway, so it's not really necessary to put anything there. So I'm just going to hit a lot of the cracks and crevices here. And then, yeah, and then we're going to take a pause for the calls once I get this part done. Talk about ways you can support the channel, as I always do. And we'll get back into building after that. And I'll talk about some anime that came out the last couple of days that is not Black Clover, as I said. But I will get caught up. I have plans to get caught up. Also, there's a new series coming out that I think the first episode was on YouTube in Japan, like that Japan could watch in December. It's called Vlad Love, and I don't know. Look, I know why it's starting this late, but it's very odd because the January season, obviously the winter season started in January. This show is starting on Valentine's Day because it is about a vampire and a girl that loves donating blood, and it is a comedy. And I think it's gonna be one of those shows that's not gay, but is like definitely gay, like one of those shows. Like it's like the main two characters are very much gonna be into one another. It seems like pretty much so, but it might not be like blatant a Yuri show. But it seems fucking weird as hell, and I like the premise. Um, and she's like a Transylvanian vampire. They meet at a blood bank. I like that. But yeah, I don't know anything about. I don't know enough about it except that I was like, oh, because I was like, when is that coming out? And it's like, oh, it's coming out on Valentine's Day. I was like, oh, okay. I'm gonna have to watch that because that seems neat. Seems like a thing. All right, so we got some armor together here. Now we got to put we got to put the bottom parts together. All right, we'll do. Let's just put the two stickers on, and then we'll do the leg parts next. But I want to get these stickers on here because the later we go in the stream, the worse I get at applying stickers. So these are big stickers that I want to get right. So we're gonna make sure I get them right. So this leg is gonna be the blue, and this will be the green. And so we'll apply blue to this. And we're just going to slowly, because it's huge. Now, the clear piece we're putting over this will hide some of the imperfections. But I would like to get this on right. Great. So put that there. And then we got one more. This is the last sticker we got to put on. So none of the rest of this has stickers. But these are big stickers that I don't mind. I mean, it's a high grade. High grades are going to have big stickers. That is a huge part of this. Just slowly release this sticker. Yeah, I mean, like that's part of this. Is it's a high grade. It's going to have. It's not going to be color. It's super color accurate. It's going to need stickers to hide that. And there we go. Here we go. Go. And then we'll just put the clear pieces on over that, and then we'll do the leg thing. We'll do the feet after. The last of these lovely clear sections. Ooh, these look so nice. Hey, have a great night, Harold. Thanks for hanging out. Happy you were able to come by. Hopefully, I'll see you on Saturday or Monday or whatever. Take it easy, friend. All right, so put those on there. We are going to need those. So put that there. Put that back. And all right, let's get these on here. Oh, that looks neat. You can kind of see it. It's hard. It's a little hard to there. You can kind of see. It is a little hard to see that in my lighting, but yeah, it definitely does have that like Transformers hologram vibe to it, which I really like. Clean that up, and then we're gonna put this over here, and now, yeah, another kind of holographic looking thing there. Very cool. All right, so we'll work on the feet for this in a second, but right now we're taking a pause for the cause. We'll go to this shot here. Oops, not that shot, this shot. Hi. So, if you're new to the stream, hi. This is where I'm going to talk about ways you can support the channel if you're so inclined. You're under no obligation to do so. If you would like to help out, you're more than welcome to. I do this once a stream, right in the middle of it, so you won't hear me talk about this stuff again for another stream, but I want to talk about some ways you can support what I do here if you are so inclined. First and foremost, if you're currently a subscriber, you can throw the Bear Cave, the Lego, the Scythe emote in the chat. If you're tier 2, you get the Scythe emote. These are the emotes you get for subscribing. Subscribing is a great way to support what I do here. $5 a month, or you could use your Prime Gaming token. If you have Amazon Prime linked with your Twitch, use it for somebody. Please use it for me, but if not me, somebody else, because you want to spread the love, and that is a great way to do that. Gifting subs. You can join the gift sub leaderboard because it's February, so we got a new leaderboard. We have had 0 gift subs this month. So if you would like to subscribe and gift a sub to somebody else, instead maybe you don't want to subscribe yourself or you're already subscribed, you could gift a sub. That is a great way to share the love. Bits and coins, also always appreciated. Harold gave 69 bits to be the top of that leaderboard. Nice. And we appreciate that very much here. Again, you're under no obligation to do any of these things, anything I'm going to list here, but if you'd like to, you're more than welcome to. I have a Patreon. If you don't want to donate through or become a subscriber here, you could join my Patreon. That's another option. There's a $1 tier, a $3 tier, a $5 tier, and a $10 tier, and you get different things at each level. Everything from just a video I make once a month, where's a Q&A that I only make for my Patreon, or all the way to you get to vote on kits I build because I put up polls for my $10 patrons about what I do next, and various rewards in between. So consider taking a look at my Patreon. I would love it to get back to $150. Right now it is below that. $150 unlocked the 3rd stream a week of building, and the math still doesn't work well for that. Under $150. It doesn't work super great with $150. It definitely doesn't work great for that, but I'm committed to continuing the schedule, if only for my own well-being. So I would love it if you would consider taking a look and becoming a subscriber, either through, subbing through here or Patreon. Again, we'll get back to building. It's only going to take a couple more minutes of me just doing some self-promotion here. So everything I make through Patreon and through the Twitch goes to buying model kits. Another way to support what I do is one-time donations, and that will go towards buying model kits. As I said, there is a kit that costs $50-something I will be getting very soon. And that is a way to support what I do is through my coffee, my Streamlabs donation, or my PayPal. And that all goes into a fund, and I buy kits with money from that fund. So if you want to do a one-time donation, you're more than welcome to. Again, you are no obligation to do any of these things, but these are things you can do. I have an Amazon wish list. If you want to buy something and you buy from there, not only will I make a video where I will say, like, thank you for getting that and show it off, also I'll build that before I build anything else on my list, with the exception of that desk site. When that desk site comes, I'm building it. But if there's stuff from my wish list that has been purchased, I'll build it on stream first. I've got inexpensive things like Lego sets, the nano block things that just got put underneath the Bluefin brand. They're not Lego, but they're Pokemon. Pokemon model kits I've got on this list. I've got some inexpensive high grades, some expensive high grades, some inexpensive master grades. Ooh, that went down in price again. That's great. I'm going to move that around on the list. That heavy arms. I got to build the high grade heavy arms at some point. Yeah, expensive stuff, inexpensive stuff, stuff that I really want to build, stuff that like would be a pipe dream, and a couple pieces of equipment down at the very bottom, just because it's nice to have equipment, like some new X-Acto knife blades. It'd be good to replace that blade, and some very nice clippers to replace the wire cutters I currently use because I like the control of them, but they're not great to have. But if you buy it, it jumps the queue. I build it, and I make a little video where I say thank you to the person who bought it. The alternative is USA Gundam Store. You go to USA Gundam Store if you wanted to, and you could buy a gift card. You go to USA Gundam Store, you get a gift card. You send me a DM on Twitter, because my DMs are open, or a whisper here on Twitch with the code, because you get an email with the code, and then I buy something there. And you can be like, hey, put this towards something that you want to build, or pre-order this thing. That's an option. Again, you don't have to do that. You want to support me for free? Join my Discord. I post build photos at the end of every stream. Other people who are doing cool shit in the community post stuff they're working on. We had a bunch of great posts pretty recently. It's very chill. Only a couple posts a day. You can jump in and check it out. I'm sure you belong to a dozen Discords, but this is mine, so you could join it if you wanted to. Couple videos I want you to check out before we get back to building, or you can just look at them later. Pat Bear's Anime Club. I recorded this last Wednesday in front of an audience, or a week ago yesterday. This is my taking a look at what's out this season and what I'm watching and what I'm not watching for anime. So you can check that out, Pat Bear's Anime Club. And Baer With Me, which is a series where I react to videos I haven't seen before. And this week I reacted to 3 very funny, very short soda reviews that a professional wrestler does on his Twitter. And there are links in the show description of that video. So I just react to stuff. I'd watched a different video just to kind of test audio levels, and I watched 3 back-to-back and gave my reactions to those videos. It's a reaction series. I am not alone in doing that, but this one's mine. So you can watch that if you'd like. And that's what I'll talk about there. I'm going to drink a little water, and we're going to finally, let's get back into building. Let's finish up this kit, and then start the Kyrios. So I'm going to drink a little water here. Let me go hit this, hit that, and now I'm going to talk about some shows that I watched in the past couple of days. So I am not caught up, but I watched 2 more episodes of Sk8 the Infinity. And I'm not going to give you a play-by-play of them, because I wasn't watching them to, write down my thoughts. I was just watching them to kind of enjoy it. But I do want to give you my overall impression of this show, which is, I don't know if I'm going to keep watching it, but I get why people like it. I totally understand why people are very into Sk8 the Infinity. If you haven't checked it out, it is the story of a young guy who's obsessed with building skateboards and skating in S, which is this underground competitive skate thing, skateboarding. And he meets a young man who doesn't know anything about skating, but instinctively is very good at competitive skateboarding because he was a really good snowboarder. It's beautifully shot and animated. I think it looks really, really solid. It's very fun. The characters are larger than life. They have like a wrestling kind of persona, like more like an indie wrestling persona in some instances, where it's just like a heightened version of themselves. But other ones have like, oh, he's Shadow, the asshole. And he's the anti-hero. He's trying to play a role. But in real life, he works at a flower shop, and he's lovely. And it's that kind of thing. Or like, oh, he's the quiet owner of a company that does calligraphy. But then he becomes like this badass, like, geisha kind of guy when he's skateboarding. And it's weird, and I don't think it's great, but it is good. So while I don't see myself continuing to watch it, I don't know if I'm going to watch the next episode. I'm not fully caught up, like I said. I don't. Yeah, I can't necessarily say I'm definitely going to go check out more of this. But what I did watch, I did like. So Sk8 the Infinity has a weird name, and also calling this like illegal underground competitive skateboarding thing S just feels lazy. It's supposed to be cool, but it's not cool to call it S. Uh, yeah. So in some instances, I think the show is trying very hard, but others it's very earnest. And also, I should say, almost every boy in this show and man in this show are very pretty, and so I totally understand why some people are very into this show. Uh, I have seen some fan art, and I am sure I will see more fan art of Sk8 the Infinity. Uh, so yeah, that's my review of the first 3 episodes of Sk8 the Infinity. Oh, there's also a little fox. I thought it was a dog. It's a fox. There's a little fox. That's cute. There's a little fox friend. It's not like a Pokemon. It's just like a mascot, like pet. But it's pretty cute. I'm into it. All right. Oh, I not put this on right? I did not put this on right. No, I did. Okay. All right. We've now finished the legs armor and we finished the chest armor. So now we got to do the we got to do we got to put this stuff together here. There's some armor stuff that isn't like the smaller, but we're gonna do that there. So here's how we do this: we take our hands from this kit off. These hands go away. We don't need these hands anymore. Put them inside. These go off. Shoulders come out. The thing that goes low goes high, and then we put on the front armor part, which we'll do now. Is these pieces here, and we will hit them with some marker before we put them on because it'll be easier. Okay, let's talk about that time I got reincarnated as a slime, season 2. So shit's about to fucking go down next episode, or at the end of next episode. So I knew that this season things were gonna get like severe, and there was going to be some tragedy, and there was going to be some like drama. I knew that drama and shit was coming, but the opening song is pretty light, and it felt like everything's been kind of easy. Also, apparently, every episode up till like next episode of season 2 takes place before the very end of episode 24 of season 1. Which I kind of understood, but didn't really understand until this episode, because probably just to have some kind of closure for the first season. At the end of the season 1, he says goodbye to the kids that he's been tutoring and helping, and then he goes back, and then there's like a mysterious character looking at him, which we still haven't met yet, but we saw a mysterious character observing him. And then this season starts before that. So it's definitely they just added that to like have some closure. So this season has been like stuff going around and him talking to people. They pass their exam. It was actually episode 23, I'm sorry. 24 was like other shit happening. It was like kind of related, but not really. All right, so how did these go on? These clip on to the front here, and I don't know quite how they clip on, so you'll have to forgive me here. It's going to take me a second to kind of figure out how this works. But these clip on like that. Okay. So this armor here just clips on. This is the new waist armor here. And I just have to get this to kind of sit on here. So yeah, so that was weird. Mulan, who we know is working for Clayman, the Demon Lord, she has infiltrated Yom's party. I like her. I mean, she's gonna, fuck around, but, hey, John Robert, it looks like this build is almost done. Yes, this build we started on Monday, so we are now finishing up all the extra armor that goes on it, because this is a little core friend that then gets a bunch of armor on there. So yeah, we are wrapping that up, but also happy to have you here, John. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, so yeah, we're getting close to finishing this up. Yep, and then we'll move on to the Kyrios, which I'm very excited about that. A incredibly large master grade, a very big kit that is very huge that we will be doing very soon. All right, so this goes on. This is very weak looking, so we'll put this on the back. Oh, we got to panel line this first, so we'll hit some color on this and then put it on the back. We're going to use black for that. Yeah, there's some messing around. Grucius, who is the character from he's part of the Animal Kingdom. He's definitely like my new favorite character. Not that there have been a ton of new characters, but he's just like got a good vibe and got a good heart to him. I like that he's just like, hey, I'm supposed to learn and get better because I'm young, and so I'm just gonna hang out with all y'all. And then he also joins Yoma's party, which is pretty cool. But yeah, we know that Mulan is going to betray them, or because she's lying to them. She's pretending to be a human. She used to be human. She's not a human right now. All right, so let's just hit that. Just hitting parts that look like they could use a little marker, and then we will hit them again with the eraser to clean it up. And we'll hit there. There. And then we'll just hit that with the eraser. Clean things up. All right. Looks good. We'll do over here as well. And what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So that all happens. There's some goofiness. And then we hear more about how Falmouth, the Kingdom of Falmouth, who we've never seen anyone from there, are bad news. And then we get confirmation they're fucking bad news because they're like, hey, our trade routes are messed up because of this island nation or this kingdom of monsters. What the fuck? We should probably take them out now before they become beloved and people feel like, get mad at us. And then also, apparently, the church that's within that country is like, well, they're a nation of monsters, and so they are definitely an affront to God. So we will help you take them down. Which, that's fucked. And also, I'm surprised that there is a one God religion in this world because there are clearly monsters and demons and multiple different kinds of gods. So I was like pretty surprised that there were people who were like, no, that's not, they're like, no, we got one God. We don't like any of your shit. I was just like, oh, that seems weird, but okay. So there's basically a whole plot to orchestrate. They're going to go and have like people who are not part of the kingdom fuck around and devastate stuff so that then they retaliate. And then that is an excuse to going for war for them. And then we get to meet some other characters that were isekai'd. So these are they grew up, I guess, or they got transported as teens instead of young people, and they all seem like assholes. That's kind of nice to have characters who seem like they were isekai'd, but they weren't good people. So and they probably were they seem to be very poorly treated. And we'll see if any of them are actually strong, or if they're just like isekai'd strong, or no match for anybody. We'll see. But it looks like things are going to get bad, including a shot of Milliam with Clayman. And that's not good because she is very strong and stronger than Rimuru. So hopefully she is going to be cool, but I don't think she is. So things are going to get sad in the world of that time I got reincarnated as a slime, and that's a bummer because the series has been so nice, but things are going to get a little fucking rough, it seems like. Shit happens, but that's a bummer. Okay, so, oops, this fell off. I bet these fall off all the time. Try to get this back on. Yeah, I bet if there's a point of failure in this kit, it is these little pieces that pop on here on the front skirt attachment. All right, so, oh, we got to put these like this. Oh, did I miss a step on the leg, on the feet? I did. I missed a step on the feet of the core Gundam. I totally did. Oops, that's on me, folks. There was some armor that was supposed to go on this core on the feet, and I totally missed it. Nobody's perfect, and I never said I was, but I definitely did fuck that up. So we'll put that on there, because that could have an issue when you are trying to put this together. Maybe. Maybe the feet attachments wouldn't look good, or wouldn't work good without them. So that happens. All right, so we did that. These went back here. The arms have to go out, spread out, and spread out like that. Oops. Not that far, but out. Spread out here. All right, and then we got to put, we got some shoulder armor that pops in place and then locks the other stuff, so we'll do that. Okay, so I got 3 more shows to talk about. One takes no time because it's a minute and a half long show, but more anime to talk about for the last couple of days. Laid Back Camp. So this episode was really fucking awesome because characters are going to go camping. And, that's the show. The show is about girls in high school who go camping. And this is the trio, the unusual trio of Chiaka, Ioi, and Anna. Anna, she only went camping one time last season. It was her first time going camping. And it was the group camp at the end of the season. So she has a line in here where she was just like, when the word came up, I got excited, because they include her, but they were surprised that she was like, yes, I definitely want to do this. So the 3 of them are going winter camping, and they're going to. I wrote down the name of this lake. The name of the lake is Yamanaka, which has a very beautiful view of Mount Fuji. Which I did not know until the show, because I don't know a whole lot about Mount Fuji, I'll admit. But the show certainly does. And yeah, they're going to this place it's a lake that's way busier in the summer, but there's still stuff to do. Nadesco can't go because she just got a part-time job at a restaurant, and so she can't immediately take time off. And Rin can't go because she's working at the bookstore. So, yeah, we get this kind of like unusual trio that still works, still fun to see these characters together, but it was kind of unusual. All right, so I got to get this armor has to pop in. It's like the new chest armor. So, okay, there it goes. A little hard to get this stuff on. Once you put this armor on, I don't know why you would take it off. So, you would just want it to be the core. Like, I already, I can't imagine taking all this cool armor off and just being like, hey, let me just have the little red friend here. So, we'll get this part on. And then, yeah. All right, so what happens in this? So they go to the hot springs. They go to an outdoors and camping store to buy they bought something. I believe they bought chairs, but they don't show what they bought. We'll see that next episode, which is cute. And then, let's see, what else did they do? This was the thing I knew the name of, but wasn't quite sure about it. But they are going to make a special dish for Hot Pot, which I love Hot Pot myself, and I miss it. And I was thinking about that with this episode, made me hungry for it. So it is it's Kiritampo, and I didn't know about Kiritampo. So Kiritampo is you get rice, you get some sticky rice, and you get a skewer or a stick, and then you kind of make it like a conical shape around it with the sticky rice, and then you can fry that over a campfire, and then you stick that into Hot Pot. And it kind of has like a corn dog looking shape, but it's rice. It's like a canonical of rice, cone of rice. And that looks really good, and they make it look really good in the show when they're talking about it. And there's a bunch of stuff they can do with a hot pot. It's like, yeah, it's like rice. Calorie unit says rice kebabs, also high calorie unit. Yeah, it's like rice kebabs. Um, but it does have like a corn dog shape. So, uh, okay. Getting these pieces on seems like it's going to be annoying. I definitely would not take this off once these come on. They're not coming off. So yeah, so that looked neat. They're going to make that. And what else? Oh, apparently Nadesco gave them all these tips about what they can do for the hot pot. And then Anna refers to her as Nabesco instead of Nadesco because Nabe uh, is means hot pot. So she basically is like, oh, it's hot. It's Nabesco, which is a look. I'm not explaining it well, and the anime I think it does a pretty good job of explaining what the gag is. That's a good bit of business, saying that Nadesco is basically like uh, the hot pot expert. And there's a whole little gag about like which one of us is going to marry her because she knows about lots about food and she'll make good meals. And it's a good little bit of business. Nabe is pot. Yes, that's right. Pat, when COVID is over, you should come to Denver. Amy is here, and I've been doing sets with her where the theaters have been open. Okay. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know what's going to happen when I can travel. But, yes, you're right. I was mistaken on that. Nabe means pot. So it is, yeah, it's pot and a disco. Okay, well, hold on a sec. I'm going to go over here because part of this backpack just popped off like I knew it would. So this felt very loose and did come off. So we are going to do some quick repairs here before we continue. But yes, so they're also going to make lake smelt tempura. These lake smelt look like sardines. So that is the big plan. And that's basically the episode, is them like enjoying the sights and getting ready to make some things and hanging out with each other. And it's an interesting trio. And it's great because Nadesco and Rin have had like whole episodes dedicated to what they're up to. So it's kind of neat to have the other girls get their little part of the season. And also having Anna camp, I think, is very fun. I did forget to mention that when they were at this outdoors place, the shop that sells things like the outlet, there was a moment where they ran into a like the mascot, which was just a statue of like a big goofy caribou, and they did all hug it, and they were drawn into it because it was soft and cute. All right, so I don't know if this I'm probably gonna have to do this off stream because otherwise I'm gonna have to sit here for a very long time to try to get this to here. But I'll hold it for a little while I talk about some anime, and then we will continue on because I do want to wrap this up tonight. I thought I'd be done with this before and we would get into the Kyrios, but it's taking longer than I thought it would. We're almost done. We just got to put the legs on and then the weapons. And the shoulder pieces. Oh, okay. That's right. The shoulder pieces are a part of it. But yeah, anyway, it's really good. Heaven's Design Team. Two parts of the episode here. At the end of the last episode, one of the angels was sent to hell, and they were like, "Oh no!" But it's okay. She was going there for a conference for business related because hell is just opening in this world, and so she had to go and like meet with them. And then another person from hell comes. He is a new client. So their only client so far has been God, because the premise of Heaven's Design Team is, hey, there are God got as far as like the heaven and the earth, and then he was like, oh, animals, this is taking so long. I got to outsource this to my designers. So he's got a design team, and they're doing all that. So they do all that work. It's a fun little premise, but yeah. So we meet the guy who is the angel who is now in charge of hell, which is basically a theme park. He's the client, and he is a parody of what young Japanese boys think are cool. Like, he's got the eye patch, he's got fingerless gloves. In one hand is painted. His nails are painted. His other hand is covered by the material. There are like rips in his shirt. He's got like long hair. He looks like he is. He looks like what a young boy, like a teen, going through it, thinks is awesome. Um, but he's also really nice and likes cute things and wants to make cute, cool things. So, uh, basically, he is a client and he has a request, which is, hey, I need you to design a mascot for Hell, and it needs to have 3 heads. That is what we want. And they're happy to work with the client because he knows what he wants, which they are used to God just being like, something that's bad at swimming, and I'll know it when I see it if I like it. So God is kind of a tough client. So they're very excited to work with a client that is more knowledgeable about what he wants. So they decided to divide it into 2 teams. There is the team that is, we made a wolf, like based on a wolf, an animal with 3 heads. And the other team makes a 3-headed dragon-like creature that is clearly designed to be very similar to a crocodile. And both get approved, which is interesting. So because they're the mascots for Hell, they can be approved, whereas they've tried in the series to get unicorns approved or Pegasus approved, and they haven't been, because everything that's been on Earth has been based on real things. So this is the first time that we've had something based on a fictional thing. 2 mythical creatures, the Cerberus and the 3-headed dragon, get made. So that's, I don't know. I found that interesting that this show would go there, because their basically explanation was, well, it's a theme park. They're creatures in a theme park, and these creatures that are in this theme park, we can control what the temperature and environment is because it's a theme park. So I don't know. I thought that was kind of neat. The show is pretty fun. And what else? Did anything else happen? In the second half. Yeah, so that was the aforementioned, as I said, there's a whole thing where they have to make a creature that's bad at swimming. And the guy who is, who only likes to make cute things is working on what will become an otter. It was very cute to watch this otter get made. The whole episode is just the otter doing things and everyone swooning about how cute the otter is, which is fair because otters are incredibly cute and rule. So that was a lot of this episode, was just them being like, oh, and it does this. Oh, and it does that. And just being super psyched about how rad otters are. All right, so we gotta put this arm in here. That goes there. And this is the shoulder piece. And I'm trying to be very careful about this back, as you can see, because it did snap, and I had to put some glue on it, or some cement, liquid cement. Screw that type. Liquid cement there, and melt the plastic together. And I'll have to do it again, where I can really like hold it to connect it. But I did it pretty quick there because we're on stream. All right, and the last thing is Anime KAPIBARASAN. That's really easy for me to tell you what happened in Anime KAPIBARASAN. The llama went for a walk, and he thinks that the main capybara is really squishy. And then all the cappies were eating and helping each other get food and talking about what kind of food they like. And that's it, because this show is very quick and easy and light and fun, because it is Anime KAPIBARASAN is made for kids. So it is a very easy show to watch and appreciate. But it's adorable, and so I do like watching it and talking about it. So I did. So we still have to do the new weapons here and put the new head on, and then we will be done with this kit, which, as I said, took longer than I thought it would be. So no longer than I thought it would, but still good. But yeah, that's what I've been watching the last couple of days. As I said, Black Clover. I am behind on Black Clover. I will get caught up since I do want to watch it as it gets towards its conclusion, and also because some characters die and get kidnapped in the episodes I haven't seen. So I kind of want to see what's up with that. And I don't know if I'm gonna get caught up on Sk8 the Infinity. If I'm gonna like continue watching it. I liked what I saw, but I don't know if there's any part that I'm like gotta check out the rest of. All right, and then we'll put this crown on here. The new big crown. It's gotta go on. How does this go on? Try to put this on without. There we go. New crown is on. Got our figure here. Show that off. I don't want to put pressure on the back because I don't want the back part to break. And then we just got to build the weapons. We already have the beam, but there is a new version of the gun. And then, oh yeah, and also there's the shield bit that can come on there. The shield bit can also go on the back along with the gun, but we don't need to worry about that. We'll just do that there. But yeah, we're almost done with this kit. I'm going to put some panel lining on this thing that's going to go on the shield and panel line the thing that's going to go on the gun to make it a bigger gun, which is kind of odd. I do like that the core of this can have its own gun, small gun, and then we can put weapons on it to make it a big gun, which is pretty fun. But yeah, we'll just finish this panel lining up there, and then we'll get started. We'll get a little bit done of the Kyrios, and I'm very excited about that. Because this thing has, it has the GN drive. It has the stuff that is on these these shows here. I don't have the LEDs to go in it. It does feature a spot for LEDs, but I do not have that, so it will not include LEDs. My version will not include LEDs, but because I don't have them. But it does have that. Yeah, it's got the core thing going. It's a tall. We're building a very tall master grade, one of the tallest master grades in recent releases. It's taller than the Dynamis, which we built last year, which already was very tall. So this is going to be friggin' big. So that is pretty rad. All right, so this goes like this. And then there we go. Trans Am will always be my favorite Gundam super mode. Yes, Trans Am is complete, utter nonsense, but also fantastic, and I appreciate it. Yeah, it's just bizarre and a weird name, and I do like that. Yeah, I'm not the hugest fan of this. I like Double O, but I don't love Double O. It's fine. I just think I think it is a perfectly fine show that I don't have like a lot of love for. But I do think that the Gundam designs are very cool, and also if a show gives me a Gundam with orange armor, then I'm gonna be thankful. It's like, thank you for giving me this gift of this lovely orange Gundam that we'll be building soon. Like, please give that to me. It's very nice of you. Let's see, things coming up. Nothing. I'm not doing anything tomorrow particularly. My folks, as I said, are going. They're heading to Florida for a month, so I'm going to help get things out. The big project tomorrow is to move all my gear, to the Carolina room and do a test in the Carolina room to see if I can get away with streaming out of there. It should be fine, but also like what the lighting's going to be at night. That'll be another thing to take into account. There are lamps in there. I might have to move one of the lamps to just give me a little bit more light, but I'm going to try that out. I think during the day it'll be fine, but there's some light in there. I just might have to move them to compensate, and then I have to figure out if I'm taking this big desk out, which I am, taking this big desk, what am I putting in here to then sit in? So that's the big thing tomorrow. That's my big plan tomorrow, is to figure that part out. All right, so this is, like I said, I'm not going to lay it down, but we finished it. This is the Anima Rize. The Anima Rize is now built. I'm going to take a photo of it before we go on to the next part of the build process. So let me get this going. And we're going to move on to the Kyrios. I thought we would have gotten a little more, farther with the Kyrios today, but that happens. Cool. Let's just move this underneath the light. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, we'll do it like that. All right. That's a fun little kit. Like I said, I haven't read this manga. I don't have much to say about it other than it looks really neat. And I don't know why you would go down to the core version when you've done this, because this just looks rad. And I think the panel lining really does help with this kit. So we'll move on. Yeah, tomorrow I'm going to be setting that stuff up. If y'all have any plans this weekend, let me know what your plans are. I got to record a couple things for some upcoming things. Saturday, I'm going to do a couple hours of, I've got a couple hours lined up of customer service I'm doing. So I'm doing that during the day. It will not affect the stream. It is very early in the day. I might take a nap on Saturday. Also, a big thing I've got to do. Oh, we got to switch to this. A big thing I have to do is get back in the habit of preparing all of my meals because my folks are going to be gone. I've certainly done some share of cooking when the time is right, but for a lot of the stuff I haven't had to think about. And now I have to think about all those things. And it's fine. I'm not like, oh no, what am I going to do? I'm a big boy. I can handle it. But it is an odd thing to suddenly realize that, like, oh yeah, I am responsible for all those things like I used to be in the other parts of my life. And now I have to, like, get better at remembering that. So, we're going to start with what would be the GN drive unit. And we're going to do the version of it that we got to do all those parts here. We don't have the GN drive, all the parts of the GN drive to worry about because we don't have the LED. But we're going to do all the parts as if we had the LED. Because, yeah, there's a color light. It would just go in the front. You'd need one LED for it. Just notice there's a pretty big, decent bit of audio lag. Well, I did apparently just drop some frames. I did just drop 67 frames, so maybe it lagged there for a second. Is anybody else noticing audio lag or video lag? There for a second. Is anybody else noticing audio lag? I'm going to hit check there. I'm checking my own audio on stream, and we'll see what I sound like. I'm going to hit check there. I'm checking my own audio on stream. Lashbrook, you might want to refresh because it sounded good to me and seems like it's okay to other folks. But yeah, you might want to hit refresh because it might be a you thing. Yeah, because not everybody, but other people were saying it seems good. So yeah, you might want to take a look and refresh. And I apologize if it is on my end. Like I said, we did apparently drop some frames at some point, but it was very few. So maybe I need to refresh. Yeah, it might be need for a refresh. Anyway, yeah, I just gotta get in the habit of like thinking about what I'm gonna eat and then like doing that. And like I said, I'm still cooking things. I'm definitely not doing it every day. I haven't been in the habit of it, so I gotta get in the habit of doing that again, which is going to be fine. So basically the idea of this is you can just twist this and then an LED will turn on and off, but we don't have that LED because I didn't buy the LED just for this. Yep, Lashbrook, I guess it was you. That's okay. It happens. But thank you for seeing if it was me, because if it was, I'd like to be able to fix that. So I'm glad, you know. The nice thing is here, even though we don't have the LED that's supposed to go right here, we don't need the LED. We don't need what we don't have, which is good. They don't require it. They don't say, like, you've got to have this, which is great. And we're finally getting into our, not finally, we're immediately getting into our cool green color stuff here and our clear stuff, which is great. Always cool. There are a few stickers in this kit, but not too many. We will have to apply some stickers here and there. You know, in later steps. Right now, we don't have to worry about that. A22. Gotta figure out what that is. It's this one here. All right, so we'll snap this off. But yeah, this is probably my least favorite part of these kind of kits. I've done the Exia, I've done the Dynames. This is the Kyrios. Yeah, this is probably my least favorite part of doing these kits. Is this thing here? Yeah, I'm just not a huge fan of the GN drives and how they look. Uh, but whatever. It's kind of just how they go together. It's not my favorite part, putting this thing together. All right, so we'll put this here. Like I said, there should be. This is room. Now there isn't the back. You can't see the back of this kit, so you don't need two LEDs for it. But if you did need an LED, it would be on there. But since we don't have it, we will just attach this like this, and there'll just be some dead space in there. All right, and now we're going to do the back part, which is B1, and then A23, which is this piece here. I'm a little bit of an old hat when it comes to this just because I've done this now twice before. The other parts that the parts that I actually like how they look, and they take a little while, is these holographic plastic pieces that go in some of like the arms and the shoulders. The head parts. The head parts are a little tough to put in, but they just look really cool. And I don't know if they photograph well, but they really look good in person. So I am happy to do that because I do think that these look pretty rad. All right, so we'll put this like this, and then this goes into E26. Again, oh, we got a raid. Welcome, Procthulu. Welcome. This is the Build With Baer Workshop. Happy to have you here. I like the particle effects. But you don't really get that on a kit. Yes, totally agree. Welcome, welcome. We just started the Kyrios. This is a brand new build for the stream. Just digging in. Oh, so we do have a few of these stickers as well that we will be dealing with actually pretty soon. But yeah, we're just getting the GN drive together. Just starting this build. Finished another build earlier. Welcome. Happy to have you here. We've got a little bit of the stream left. Not a lot. We will go a little while longer, and then we'll go and raid. So we will be passing along the good vibes. But yes, happy to have you here. Thanks for coming. Let's see. So we're going to put that there. Yeah. So this feels very light, this GN drive, because it doesn't have the LEDs in the front and the back. Not that you need the back for this kit, but it's a whole thing. You got to get them. They're sold separately. You get them. And then like this one has the back end cap, right? So we won't be putting on there. You'll just see the end cap. The color I don't know yet for my, because you see there above me, I've got white. The white pieces here we'll be using gray markers. The red pieces will be using, there's very little red. There's so little red. There's 2 pieces of red, but we'll use brown on that, and then the orange, I think we're going to use brown, but I haven't tested it yet, so you'll see when I know. You'll see when I see. I just finished a Wing Gundam high grade on mine. It was a nice kit to build. Oh, nice. Yeah. We were actually talking about the real grade wing that it just got announced. It's up for pre-order on places. It just got announced by Bandai that I don't think I'm going to pick up because I want to pick up the other 2, and those are kind of my priority. Doing a big old full mechanics, and then also the Death Scythe high grade I definitely want to build. All right, so why can't I figure out how to get this D27? Why can't I get this to go on right? It goes like this. But yeah, I think that's where I'm at basically with Bandai announced to re-release the Death. Yeah, I'm excited for it. I've been waiting for it because I need to finish with my group. Nice, yeah. I mean, look, on this channel we built Death Sites. The manga expansion Death Site that came out last year, I pre-ordered that for Premium Bandai and paid a ton of money, but I built Death Sites on this stream. So a Death Site was coming out, and I was gonna buy it. So almost all of this we're not going to see. You can take the drive out. We are going to do the back of this because there's a good chance you'll see it on the back. So we will just do these lines here with black. But I'm not going to do the rest of this. There's no real reason to panel line the rest of this stuff because I'm not going to be displaying this next to it. Because as I said, I don't have the LED, so we'll just hit this with a little bit. Just kind of give that a little bit of love. And then, so the gimmick for this is you put the LED thing in there, and then you could twist it, and the LED will turn on and off. But yeah, I'm excited for the release of Death Sights. I built Death Sights on the stream, so definitely excited to get that. Okay, so we finished the GN drive. We can get some of the chest units started. This kit came out in 2020. The Diamese came out and to rave reviews, and this came out after, also to rave reviews. It is one of the best kits. The Diamese was one of my favorite kits to put together. And I think maybe that came out in 2019. I was really happy to put that together, so I'm also excited to have the opportunity to put this together because I love this green. This like see-through green is so great. I have all the G Gundams minus Noble, but finishing her right now is impossible, and otherwise she's $50. Oh wow, yeah. I got the high grade, that came out not too long ago. I picked that up like right when it came out. The only G Gundams I haven't done are the very hard to find, were never re-released high grade 1/100s. So I haven't done like the basically the other main ones. There are like 3 that I haven't built. I built all the high grades, or sorry. I built all the master grades of that came out of those kits, and I built some of the high grades, including the master on his horse high grade, which is just fantastic. And then yeah, the noble I built when that came out, and I built the Death Army high grade when that came out, which I was very happy to build. I've also built I only have the high grades. Yes, Master and Futsaki, yes. I've only had the high grades. The only Master grades I know are the Spiegel and Burning. Yeah, so they did 4 Master grades. Spiegel, Burning, Shining, and the Master. They did a Master Asia's Master Gundam in Master grade. That's a fun build. That is I mean, they're a product of their time, so they're rough because they're master grades from that era. But that is a fun build. That master grade looks really cool. It's got that weird era where there's screws, which is a strange time because there's screws in it. But there's also there are screws and also rubber feet and like rubber hands, and that's very weird. But it does come with the whip, so like the cloth whip. All right, so we got to find sticker number 40 that goes underneath this, or sticker B. So that is this one here. That is going to go, and all right, so we're going to get sticker 40 out of here. And that is this is a unique sticker. I will say this. The high grades are amazing for clunky hard plastic. I love them. Yes, I totally agree. So, this is cool because this sticker is going to go on the back of this, and the writing is on the sticky part. That black is sticky. They're right there. And it's going to go on here on this clear piece so that you can see the words, and then this is going to go over the clear piece to be the green, which is a very strange thing. So I'm putting the sticky part has text on it. That is very odd for any sticker on any kit. Yeah. And now there are the little words that there's no way is going to get picked up on this, but just believe me when I say there are tiny little words there. There's text on there. And then I need E32. Very strange. 32 is here. Great. Yeah, those high grades from that era are very fun. But yeah, there's a couple 100s that I would like to put together that I just are very hard to find because they weren't re-released because G Gundam wasn't super popular. Currently playing the process of planning Zoids, Gundam bashes. Oh, fun! I did one of the modern Zoids from Zoids Wild, the most recent anime, the kind of like the relaunch of Zoids. I did one of those, and it's fun. It had a fun gimmick, a fun like it moved around, which was a cool thing to build. It was a very pretty straightforward build, um, but I did enjoy putting it together. So I could do another one of those. I have not watched any of Wild, so I cannot tell you anything about it, except that it's a Zoid series that came out not too long ago. All right, so that's our chest. So we are gonna. This is all gonna get covered up. I'm not gonna put any marker on this because it's gonna get all that orange is gonna go over it, and you're only gonna see this part. So I'm not gonna bother doing any panel lining on this. But if the sun does shine through or show through, I will go and hit it. All right, now we got to hit. Before we wrap up, I got to put the first of these holographic parts, E and D. We'll do that. I'm doing a Gun Sniper and Dynamis, a Barbatos and Shadow Fox, and a Granddaddy colored Liger Zero. Oh, wow, yeah. I definitely did a lot of Zoids back when the first two series were airing on Cartoon Network. I definitely got a few Zoids, and they were fun to do back in the day. That is a fun series. Okay, so this is which one is E and which one is D? This one is D. So these just pop out. You can use an X-Acto knife if you need to, but you don't really need to. Maybe you have to clean it up. It should be fine. And this is E. So these are the holographic pieces, which, they're really nice. Oh, they're re-releasing right now. Well, I'll have to keep my eyes peeled for those because I do enjoy the Zoids. Um, they are fun. All right, so these are just going to go. Basically, they just slot in like this. So this is going to be on the side. You're never really going to see it, but we know they're here. Shadow Fox is my May pre-order. Liger Zero comes out on the 5th, and Gun Sniper came out January 21st. Oh, okay. Well, Pro, I am going to have to look for those or keep my eyes peeled, because I would not mind putting together a Zoid. That's pretty good. So my Gun Sniper just got here. Oh, they're okay. They're not by Tommy anymore. All right. Well, I will have to keep that in mind because that seems cool. All right, we'll do one more piece on here. We're gonna put we're gonna find we're gonna do our first orange. We're gonna get our first orange on here. And okay, now we have to decide, folks. It's time to decide what color we're putting on this orange. So let's get these pieces out and take a look at them. I think we're gonna put brown on this. I've seen a few people use brown for panel lining on the orange. I could also understand people wanting to put black on this, but I think it's too bright of a color for black. So 20 is going to go on this side, 19 is going to go on this side. I think that brown is the way to go here, but this is how we're going to test out. This is my method here. Is we can either do the we're going to look at the underside and we're going to look on the tray here, the spruce. So we're just going to hit the colors here. Just go around there, just hit the plastic, and then hit our eraser, and take a look at that. I think brown would add a weathered effect, maybe rusting would look nice. Yes, so that's the thing, right? I don't think brown looks good on yellow because I think it looks like rusting, but I think on orange it's going to look good. All right, so then the other thing we're going to do is we're going to hit the underside of this piece. We're just going to hit the underside here, the undercarriage, and we're just going to hit this with some brown because it's not going to show through. We're not going to see it. So we'll hit this one with brown. Okay, take a look at that. Yeah, and then we're going to hit this one with black on the underside. because I haven't worked with this orange before, so I'm not sure how it's going to look. So we'll just hit that with some of the black. Take the eraser. Hit this here. Yep, I don't like the black on this. I think the black is too. It's like it. I think it's just too much. Yep. All right. So we're gonna hit this with brown. It's gonna have it's gonna have a little weathered effect. It won't mute it. It won't mute it, but it will. Ooh yeah, I do like the look of that. Yeah, that's good. This piece doesn't really need much panel lining, but we'll give it a little bit. And then, oops, overdid it there. It's all right. What about gray? We didn't test gray. You're right. We didn't look at gray because those are the three colors. Those are the markers I do have here. I do like the look of that. So I'm not bad about that. All right, you know what? Yeah, you're right. On the back of this piece here, we'll hit gray. I mean, I like gray better than black looking at this. I do like it better than the black. But yeah, okay. So as we go, if I think this kind of rusty color, since there is a lot of orange on the front, maybe I'll change my mind. But right now, I am liking this brown. I don't like brown with gold and yellow because I do think it looks, I just think it doesn't look great. But for this, I definitely think it looks good. And then we will just put these parts on here. Oh, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Yeah, my next build stream is going to be Saturday because we are getting ready to wrap things up here tonight. But my next build stream will be Saturday night, 9 p.m. Eastern to 11 p.m. Eastern. We're going to continue this kit because we just started it. And then, yeah. All right, yeah. So these come on from the back and they go in the front. Yeah. Yeah, I like brown. I think we're going to go brown. Not having seen any of the results, I think brown is what I would have chosen. Yeah. So I do think that is, obviously we're not seeing a lot of it, but because even though I said like, oh, you won't see the underside, this does open up for like this, so you will see the underside of these pieces, but I don't expect to ever show this part off because I mean, it's a gimmick. Part of the gimmick is that it can open up, but that's not what I'm interested in when it comes to these kits. Like, also, I'm not going to have it so you can't see all the cool orange on a kit. Because how many kits have cool orange? So forget that. All right, let me hit properties here and get rid of that question. Because it's now a statement. The statement is brown. Those are our primary colors to work with there. As I said, there's very little red in this kit, but we will hit that. And the green has always got a lot of stuff going on. We don't have to hit any of the green. And I think that's all the colors. The gray, if the grays hit spots that we'll see it, we'll hit it with black. But, yeah. Not many other heavy arms. The one that turns into a ship. Yeah, there are very few. I mean, Epion is a maroon. So Epion is a maroon ship there. There's heavy arms, which is red. It's mostly red. Red is actually more common because of Char's Zaku 2. Red kind of becomes a default for the bad guys in a lot of cases. Not all of them, but a lot. So, you'll see a little orange here and there. Red is definitely more likely. There's another kit I'm doing. Where did I put this list in there? No, I didn't. There's a kit that I pre-ordered a while back. I actually have to check to see when it's coming. I'm going to look up right now to see the name because it escapes me. The Extreme has beautiful colors to it. I'm going to put that right here. I pre-ordered this, and that's got some clear orange. Look at that. Look at this good friend. That is been pre-ordered. I'll build that at some point. I gotta dig out my stand for that because it's just got giant missile launcher backpack things. But yeah, that's got a lot of orange and a lot of red, and I can't wait to build that because it is extreme. It's not lying. All right, so we are going to wrap up the stream. We're going to go raid. Um, Again, thanks for everybody that decided to join me. Um, we are going to go and, Xandra is streaming, so we're going to go raid Xandra. Xandra is wonderful. We'll have a good time over there. I don't know what Neo Atlas 1469 is, but that's what Xandra's playing, and Xandra rules, so we're going to go give her a raid because she's the best. So we're going to go give Xandra a raid. So feel free to come along this. You don't have to if you don't want to, but I think you'll have a good time. She's awesome. Feel free to come along as we say goodbye to tonight. We will start streaming again Saturday, 9 p.m. Eastern to continue where we left off here because we got so little done with this. But yeah, let's go give her a raid because Xandra rules. She made all my emotes. Thanks so much for hanging out. I hope you have a great rest of your evening. Follow if you aren't already. If you came in for one of the 3 raids we had tonight, which is so nice. Thanks so much for being here. I hope you have a great evening. Goodbye, everybody, and hopefully I'll see you on Saturday. Goodbye, 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 goodbye.